Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. It is Christine, homeschooling mama of 3. If you are new here, thank you so much for being here. Would love it if you would subscribe if you're into watching homeschool content. That is what I deliver here on this channel. So I'd love for you to join us. I am very excited to be doing this video along with my dear friends Abby and Jessica. Abby has the channel Rooted in Rest and Jessica is from the Waldock Way. They are the founders of this homeschool collaboration, and today we're going to be chatting about homeschooling through the holidays. If you are new, I am a homeschooling mom of 3 kids, like I said before, and they are 6, 5, and 3. And I've been homeschooling for a couple of years, and I was homeschooled myself. So that's a little bit something about me. But I'm really excited about filming this videos because Christmas time, holiday time, it's like my favorite. And I have a little bit of a different take on this video because I am in the Southern Hemisphere and our school year is different. Our seasons are different. And so I thought it'd be fun to kind of join in on this and have a different spin on it. So Abby and Jessica set up this homeschool collab for homeschool mamas on YouTube to join in. If you're a homeschool mama, you're welcome to join. There's a playlist below, and I'll link to Abby and Jessica down below, and they share on how to join in. It's very easy. Yeah, there'll be a playlist of all of the mamas videos who have made videos down there, so you can go and watch all of their videos on homeschooling through the holidays. So I'm going to kind of share what we do and like my tips that I've learned for myself that make it better. So I live in the Southern Hemisphere. I live in New Zealand. Our Christmas is during summer, which is such a weird concept for those of you who have a very snowy or at least a very cold Christmas. But Christmas here is summertime, and I'm actually from South Africa originally, and it's summertime there in Christmas as well. So it's not a new thing to me, and it would be very weird for me to have a cold winter Christmas. So there's that. The other thing is we actually don't have school over the Christmas holidays. Our school year ends, well, our school year as in my children, not necessarily the public school systems, but our school year ends at the end of November. So we have December and January as our summer break. But I do some Christmas school during that time. So I'm going to chat a little bit about how I choose what I'm going to do, and then my biggest tips for doing school during that time. So first of all, we typically do a kind of unit study. So before I have done the Christmas unit study from Gather Round, I have a video on that, which I will link. And then I've also done Campfire Curriculum's Christmas. We kind of touched a bit on that last year. I've got a video where I chat about different Christmas curriculum, and I'll try and link that for you here. This year, I'm hoping to do a gentle and classical Christmas. I have a video I'm hoping to do on that coming up. So I typically pick a unit study and go with that. And they're usually like 3 weeks long, often, depending on the kind of unit study it is. Now, some people are like, how do you do like Christmas unit studies when so many of them are like based for the Northern Hemisphere? And the cool thing, weird thing here is that we have our Christmas in summer, but we actually like sing all the winter carols and watch the winter Christmas movies. Like we kind of embrace both. And so it's never really bothered me too much. And my children are fascinated by snow and all of that. So it's still fun for us to do. So I pick a unit study and we go through that, and I don't always do everything in the unit study, but I will try my very best to get prepared ahead of time. So in November, I will make sure I purchase all the supplies that we need for that unit study, so that when it comes time to it, I'm not like floundering around trying to find what I need to do it. So that is something that I find really helpful, is to get prepared ahead of time. So I guess I'm just jumping straight into like the tips of what I do to homeschool through the holidays. The other thing that I do is keep expectations low. So last year I had all these grand ideas for homeschooling during that time, and we got sick. Like all of us got sick, like really sick. It was a horrible end of spring, beginning of summer cold, and we just didn't really get any Christmas school done, which was sad. So I like to just have low expectations of that time of year because there's just stuff that happens. There's stuff you want to do. There's often more events because it's summertime for us. We're outside. We're going on the weekends to the lake and to the beach and that kind of thing. And so I don't have high expectations of getting a lot of school done. And so the other tip I have is just to give yourself a lot of flexibility during that time. Whether you are typically homeschooling or not, I think it's a really good idea to just have a very loose schedule around this time of year because it gets busy and oftentimes you have visitors coming in and friends. And I don't want, those are the things that make life so special. And I don't want us to be no, we must do school, when we could potentially fit that in another time of the year. So I like to keep things flexible. I like to do some fun stuff, but I also do not guilt myself into doing all the crafts. I pick 1 or 2 fun things and that's it because it's not fun if I start getting stressed out. And so I want it to be fun for my kids. I want us to learn some things. And I also, when I pick the unit studies, I don't pick unit studies that are hyper-focused on academics. I want ones that are focused on connection and learning through meaningful activities, and ones that are focused on making memories. Those are the things that are really important to me and what I focus on when I'm looking at a Christmas curriculum. There are more and more curriculums coming out. I actually have another one on my shelf, which we haven't done, and that is the A Year of Tales Christmas curriculum. And we're not going to do it this year, but we might do it next year. So I have my pick of the ones to do, and they're just beautiful. We did really enjoy the Gather Round one when we did it, and we might repeat it in the future. But for this year, I'm excited to do the Gentle and Classical Christmas unit because it's a lot more flexible, a lot more flexible. So I'm looking forward to doing that. So I would also just think about if you are, I know if you're in the Northern Hemisphere and your school year typically runs through the Christmas holidays, I think it's a good idea to see learning opportunities in unconventional ways, like going to old folks' homes and singing carols or serving your community in some way, or baking for your neighbor. There's so many ways that your children can learn. It doesn't have to be through sit-down bookwork. And so, if they're baking cookies, they're doing home economics, technology, science, math. There's so many things to do there. You can have them do their language arts by sitting down and writing Christmas cards to friends and family. Think outside the box and don't feel like you're not doing school just because you're not sitting down and doing bookwork. You know what I mean? So there's lots of ways of learning, and probably more meaningful and more well-remembered lessons will be learned by your children by doing it that way. So I hope this was a fun video. It was a short one. I feel like I didn't have too much to say because we keep it light around here during our Christmas season. I have not done anything special for other holidays yet. I know we talked about homeschooling through the holidays, and I specifically talked about Christmas, but obviously there's Easter, and people celebrate Valentine's Day. There's all different holidays all around the world. I haven't done a big focus on any of them yet aside from Christmas, but as my kids get older, we probably will. Probably do more on Easter, probably do more on our local and national holidays that make sense for us to learn history and that kind of thing. But for right now, we just kind of keep it simple and keep on moving. So don't feel like you have to be the Pinterest mom in this department. It really doesn't matter. Do what makes you happy, do what keeps your kids satisfied and happy, and you're on the right path. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to go check out the playlist down below, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach